Ladies and gentlemen, most people spend their lives trying to change their results without ever thinking to change the root cause, their paradigm. Now, what exactly is a paradigm? It's a mental program that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior, and almost all behavior is habitual. That means the way you think, the way you feel about money, the way you act around opportunity. It's all dictated by a set of subconscious beliefs you likely didn't choose. You inherited them from your parents, your environment, your culture. And here's the powerful truth. If you don't shift that paradigm, your income will never permanently change, no matter how hard you try. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to earn more money, maybe took on a second job or started a side hustle, and you did earn more for a while, but then you found yourself back at the same income level within a few months? That's the paradigm at work. It's like a thermostat. Even if you heat up your income for a while, if your internal setting is still at 25 degrees, life will find a way to cool things back down. Unexpected bills, lost motivation, burnout, it all creeps in to pull you back. Not because you're lazy or unlucky, but because your subconscious is programmed to maintain a certain level of financial comfort. Now, here's where everything changes. When you become aware of this internal programming, you can begin to rewrite it. That's the first step. Most people never become conscious of how deeply their paradigms control their earning potential. They believe they just need better opportunities, more time, or harder work. But the truth is, without a paradigm shift, they're running in circles. So how do you change it? It starts with a decision, a real committed decision that you're no longer available for your current level of income. You draw a line in the sand and say, I'm going to find a way, or I'll make one. And then you expose yourself to new information, books, mentors, environments, ideas that support your new goal. You repeat new beliefs every day until they become a part of your identity. You visualize, you affirm, you act like the person who already earns that much. You don't wait for the income to believe it. You believe it so strongly that the income becomes inevitable. This shift in thinking is not just positive talk, it's energetic alignment. You begin to operate at a higher frequency, which naturally attracts higher income opportunities. People notice you, ideas click, and what seemed like impossible monthly income becomes normal. Not because the world changed, but because you change your paradigm. And when that happens, your yearly income doesn't just grow, it compresses into your monthly reality. That's the power of the paradigm shift. If you get this right, everything else in your life will start falling into place. Look around you. There are people who are already doing what seems impossible to you right now. They're earning in 1 month what you currently earn in a whole year, and many of them aren't working harder than you. In fact, some are working less. So the real question is, what are they doing differently? That's where your journey begins. If you want to turn your yearly income into your monthly income, you need to study those who've already done it. Success isn't luck. It's a system. And systems can be modeled, learned, and applied. One of the most important shifts you can make is moving from guessing to observing. Start paying attention to the strategies, mindset, language, and habits of high-income individuals. They think in a completely different way. Where most people ask, can I afford this? They ask, how can I make this happen? Where most people see problems, they see opportunities to serve and scale. That's not just optimism, that's training. And the good news is you can train your mind the same way. Start by immersing yourself in the world of those earning at your next level. Watch their interviews, read their books, listen to how they talk about money, risk, opportunity, and time. Join their programs if possible. Proximity is power. The more you surround yourself, even virtually, with high-frequency thinkers, the more you begin to absorb their mindset. You begin to think bigger. Your standards rise. Your vision expands. Now here's something powerful. Those who earn massively didn't get there by accident. They followed a process, whether consciously or not, and many are open about it. They didn't just get better at what they did. They aligned their efforts with scalable value. They understood what the market needed. They delivered it in a unique way, and they systemized their income. Most people trade time for money. High earners trade ideas, systems, and solutions. They create income machines, offers that run while they sleep. They don't think in terms of hours. They think in terms of impact and scalability. One idea executed well can produce more income in 30 days than most people earn all year long. But here's what stops most people. They assume these top earners are smarter, luckier, or born into advantage. The truth is, most of them started exactly where you are now, doubting, stuck in a cycle, earning just enough to survive. What made the difference wasn't privilege. It was perspective. They decided to learn the game of wealth instead of staying trapped in the loop of hard work and scarcity. So if you're serious about this transformation, If you really want to compress 12 months of income into 30 days, you have to become a student of success. Study those who have mastered it. Take notes. Ask better questions, and most importantly, take bold action based on what you learn. Because learning alone won't shift your income, but applying the right knowledge will. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to find someone who's already rolling and run alongside them until you can roll on your own. When you model excellence, success stops being a mystery. It becomes a formula you can follow. Most people are stuck in a linear income model. They work an hour, they get paid for that hour. Stop working, the income stops too. That model will never give you freedom, and it certainly won't allow you to turn your yearly income into your monthly income. To make that kind of shift, you need to stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like a builder. Builders don't trade time, they build systems. Systems are the secret. They allow your value to keep flowing, even when you're not actively involved every minute. They create leverage. Think about this, there's only so much time in a day. You can't work 200 hours a week, but a system can. A digital product, automated service, a content strategy, a coaching business, an e-commerce store, whatever form it takes, a system works even while you rest. The top income earners you see today, they're not earning more because they grind more. They've built or plugged into systems that multiply their output, their reach, and their income. It all starts with one mindset shift. Stop asking, how can I make more money? And start asking, how can I multiply my money without multiplying my effort? That's the question that leads you to leverage. And leverage is the core ingredient in quantum income leaps. Now let's be clear, this doesn't mean you don't work hard. You absolutely do. But your work is different. Instead of spending all day executing, you spend your energy building the machine. You write that course once and it sells 100 times. You build that content library once and it generates leads while you sleep. You automate that client onboarding and now your business can handle 10 clients instead of 2. This is intelligent income. And once you experience it, you'll never go back. Most people never get to this point because they're stuck in survival mode. They're too busy working in the business to work on the business. But here's the truth. If you want to scale your income, you have to scale your thinking. You have to step back and build the structure that frees you. Yes, it might take a few intense months to set up. But after that, your effort starts compounding. Your time gets multiplied. And that's when your income starts to jump in ways you never thought possible. Here's another key. You don't always have to create the system from scratch. You can buy into one. Affiliate marketing, licensing, franchising, digital platforms. There are existing systems that are already working. You just need to plug in, follow the proven path, and execute with consistency. Don't let pride keep you from using what's already built. The smartest people leverage existing systems before they try to build their own. So ask yourself today, what part of your income depends entirely on you showing up? What if that part could be systemized, automated, or delegated? That's the work worth doing. That's how you make a permanent shift. The moment you let go of being the doer and step into the role of the designer, your entire income structure begins to evolve. Build once, earn forever. That's the power of systems. If you're serious about turning your yearly income into your monthly income, you have to stop selling time. Time is limited. Once it's gone, it's gone. But value can be packaged, scaled, multiplied, and sold over and over again. That's the shift from time to value, from labor to leverage, and this change alone can radically transform your income forever. Think about this, if you charge by the hour, there's a ceiling on your earnings. Even if you charge $200 or $500 an hour, you're still stuck trading time for money. What happens when you get sick or need a break or want to earn more? You hit a wall. And no matter how skilled you are, that wall doesn't move until you shift your model. The people who earn monthly what you earn yearly, they're not better than you. They've just stopped selling hours. They sell outcomes. They sell solutions. They sell results. That's the difference. Clients don't want your time. They want their problem solved. And if you can solve a big problem in a powerful way, you can command premium prices without adding more hours to your day. Start asking yourself, what value do I provide that can be delivered without me being physically present every time? Could you create a training program? Could you license your knowledge? Could you turn your service into a product or your product into a recurring subscription? This is how you step into exponential income, by making your expertise available on demand, not just by appointment. And remember, when you start selling value instead of time, your energy shifts too. You stop chasing clients and start attracting the right ones, because high value people pay for high value solutions. They're not looking for a bargain. They're looking for impact, speed, results. When you position yourself as the person who can deliver that, price becomes a non-issue. Here's something else to keep in mind: value is perceived, and perception is shaped by positioning. Package your offer in a way that speaks directly to a deep pain or desire, and you show that your method gets results. People will pay more, sometimes 110x more, without hesitation. It's not about tricking anyone. It's about communicating your value clearly and standing behind it. And the beautiful part, when you stop trading time, free up your schedule to grow your business further. Now you can focus on building systems, creating content, networking with high-level people, or launching the next offer. Your energy goes into building more value, not burning out over hours. At some point, you have to make a decision. Do you want to be a high-paid laborer or a value-driven entrepreneur? One gets tired, the other gets rich. When you package and sell your value, not your hours, you open the door to unlimited income potential. Value doesn't depend on time. It depends on impact, and impact is how you build wealth. You can learn all the strategies, build systems, sell value instead of time. But if your internal setting, your financial thermostat, still locked at a low temperature, none of it will last. The truth is, we don't earn what we want. We earn what we believe we're worth. And that belief is deeply embedded in the financial thermostat you've been conditioned to accept since childhood. It's silent, invisible, and it controls everything. People are unconsciously set to a specific income level. Let's say you've always earned around $30 and $50 or $80,000 a year. That number feels normal to you. So even if you suddenly make more through a bonus, a side hustle, or a lucky break, chances are you'll find ways to spend it, lose it, or sabotage it, not because you don't deserve it, but because it doesn't match your inner financial setting. The mind is always trying to bring your outer world into harmony with your inner beliefs. To shift from yearly to monthly income, you need to raise your financial thermostat. That means changing how you see yourself. Wealth is not just about action, it's about identity. If you still see yourself as someone who's just getting by, that's the level you'll always return to no matter how hard you work. But when you start seeing yourself as someone who earns 10K, 50K, 100K per month, and you truly believe it, you'll begin to align your thoughts, decisions, and behaviors with that version of you. This transformation doesn't happen by accident. It happens through repetition, exposure, and emotional involvement. Start feeding your mind new beliefs. Write your new income goal on a card and carry it with you. Visualize yourself living at that level every single day. Feel what it would be like. Speak as if it's already true. This isn't just motivation, it's reprogramming. You're literally rewiring your brain to accept and expect more. And don't forget, your environment plays a big role in this. Surround yourself with people who normalize high income. Join masterminds, listen to high-level conversations, and avoid environments that pull you back to small thinking. Everyone around you thinks $5,000 a month is good money. It's going to be hard for your thermostat to rise. But if 50K months become the new standard in your circle, your inner setting adjusts almost automatically. Also, watch your self-talk. Are you saying things like, "I can't afford that," or "I'm not that kind of person"? Those statements may seem harmless. They reinforce your current setting. Instead, start saying, "I'm figuring it out," or "I'm learning to think like a wealthy person." Every time you affirm something higher, chip away at the old setting. And remember, raising your financial thermostat doesn't just affect your income, it affects your lifestyle, your relationships, your sense of worth. It's not just about making more, it's about becoming more, because income is only ever a reflection of identity. When you upgrade who you believe you are, your bank account will follow. Until your mind is ready to accept more, nothing else will hold. Change your internal setting and the income will catch up. Most people are conditioned to move through life in small, safe, calculated steps. They save a little, spend a little less, maybe work overtime or take on a second job, hoping these tiny adjustments will eventually lead to big results. But let's be honest, small steps were enough to turn your yearly income into your monthly income. You would have done it by now. What you need is not another slow climb, you need a quantum leap. A bold move, a shift that catapults you from where you are to where you know you're meant to be. A quantum leap means doing something radically different from your current level of thinking. It's not about improvement, it's about transformation. It's not doing more of the same, it's doing something new that feels uncomfortable, uncertain, and maybe even a little bit crazy to your old self. That's exactly what's required when you're reaching for a level of success that your past self has never touched. Think of every person who made a dramatic shift in their income. They all made one key decision that changed everything. Maybe they left a job that kept them stuck. Maybe they launched a business without having everything figured out. Maybe they invested in a mentor, a program, or a system that was way beyond their comfort zone at the time. Whatever the move was, it wasn't logical. It was vision-driven. And that's what a quantum leap demands. Not logic, faith, courage, decision. The problem is most people wait for conditions to be perfect before they move. They want certainty, guarantees, and approval. But if you're waiting for it to feel safe, you're going to stay exactly where you are. A leap will never feel safe. It's not supposed to. That's the point. It requires you to step beyond what you know and trust in who you're becoming. The version of you who earns 10x more doesn't live by the same rules. They take bold action. They move quickly. They don't wait. They create. That doesn't mean being reckless. It means being aligned, trusting your intuition, listening to that inner voice that says, I'm made for more. It means acting with urgency even when the path isn't clear, because action creates clarity. You don't need to see all 10 steps. You just need to take the first one with full commitment. And when you do, doors open, people show up, and opportunities start flowing. None of that happens until you leap. And here's what's really beautiful when you take that leap. You send a signal to the universe, to your subconscious, and to the world around you that you're serious, that you're not available for playing small anymore, that you're ready for something more, and you're willing to bet on yourself. That decision alone shifts your energy, and that shift attracts new income, new partnerships, new outcomes. Not over years, sometimes within days or weeks. Every big transformation you admire was triggered by a bold decision. And now it's your turn. You don't need more time. You don't need more preparation. You need more belief. And you need to act on that belief like your future depends on it, because it does. Quantum leaps are available to anyone who's willing to move with faith before they see the proof. Be that person, and your income will never look the same again.